my biggest influences are like Joe Strummer from The Clash, Chuck D from Public Enemy, and George Carlin. Right? Those are, and Tom Snyder in TV, but I didn't really want to be a TV guy. Like TV's never been my bit, right? So, but I did, the TV show I watched all the time was SCTV. And I love talking to Eugene Levy. It was cool. And talking to Ted Danson from Cheers was kind of cool, because every now and then it's like you're probably doing right now, you zone out of a conversation, right? I zone out of conversations all the time during interviews, because I'm thinking about the show, I'm thinking about what we got to do next, I have to remember to say this, then I think the dude's got a cool Toronto Blue Jays hat on, and I'm like, I'm just like a human being, and then you have to zone back in, and then you pray, you hope to God, I don't pray because I'm afraid, but you hope to somebody that they don't stop talking. Because if they stop talking, I'm not ready. I don't know what they're saying. I'm thinking about my stove, which I left on. So you start to zone back in, and it's totally like a camera move, right? You zone back in. And then with Eugene Levy, and again with Ted Danson, I was sitting here, and it was so funny. It was like, look at the guy from Cheers. In my head, I was like, he was saying something, and he said like something about Sam Malone. I went, so that was kind of fun. But Bob Newhart, man. We had Bob Newhart on. It's the first and only time the audience gave a guest at the end of it a standing ovation. It was amazing. Because he's Bob Newhart. That was cool. Very good. Thank you. What was that? You got it all right?
How's your love life?
Couldn't be more boring. Couldn't be more boring. Why?
Were you really bored with Stéphane Dion? Because I saw you.
No, I really like Stéphane Dion. I really like talking to him. I really do. I think Stéphane Dion got a raw deal. I think that Stéphane Dion was by no means the most enigmatic speaker or character. I think, sadly, for this world, part of leadership is the way you address the people. And I think a lot of people in this country did not give him a fair shake because of his accent. That is, I swear to God, the truth. Because he is fucking smart. Smart. He had a vision. He was passionate about the job. He was a great minister, and he just never got a fair shake. That Liberal Party, like right now, it's probably better now that they don't have, like some of the old school guys around. But that Liberal Party was, I would rather go to a Christmas party with the Hells Angels. For real. That Liberal Party is disgusting. The way they treat people in there, like their leaders. Jean Chrétien was a three-time majority prime minister who could have won a fourth. They forced him out. They forced him out. How'd that work out for them? Yeah. Paul Martin was sunk by his own people. That party is in shambles. But like anybody, when you're winning, it covers a lot of mistakes, right? And so Stéphane Dion was just the sacrificial lamb. He showed up, he had a good heart, and he got stomped on. And they will be a worse off party without Stéphane Dion in a senior position. I'm not saying like I'm for or against that party, I don't care. I want all parties to win, right? Except for the National Law Party, that would be weird. But I want this country to be run by all the parties. I don't want just my party to win. I don't even have a party, right? So, but I know that guys like Stéphane are clean. Clean. And you need clean people at senior levels. Right now you've got Michael Daddy, who's deadly smart, deadly passionate, all that stuff as well. But you look at the people around him, and they're all ambitious. Stéphane Dion wouldn't be ambitious. It would just be who he is, So I actually really liked having him on the show.
What was Sarah Palin really like?
She's all right,
Yeah.
Sarah Palin, I gained a real appreciation for Sarah Palin, not as a VP, but as a person.
Right.
She reminded me of, and she's so fundamentally different than my mother, but she reminded me of my mother in a way. My mother's a single mom, life, you have all the odds against you, and you somehow pulled it off.
Yeah.
Sarah Palin, I looked at her and I thought, and this is not a joke, but that you probably haven't read it, like you probably don't read, right? No, seriously, how many books has she read? Probably doesn't read, like at all. She's probably briefed, right? Which is fine, but somehow she's smart enough to get shit done. How did she get to be the governor? How did she get to do that? George Bush didn't read books. He didn't read books, but life was handed to George Bush because of who his dad was and all of that stuff. Sarah Palin is not from anything other than herself, right? She raised 5 kids, 4.5 hers, but 5 kids, if you think about it, right? Clearly puts it together, becomes a mayor, becomes a governor, and gets on the ticket to be the vice president. My mother, if I say, hey, let me help you put that mattress on the top of the van, I can find it. I'll get it done. Whatever takes my mom says, I'll get it done. But that's impossible. I know, I'll get it done. And I kind of looked at Sarah Palin and went, okay. You know, I do think she was wholly unqualified for the job. That's why I said to her, did you ever think you were unqualified for the job? But she's funny. And she totally works it, man. At the end of the interview, she says to me, she's taking her microphone off, right? And she says, how'd you like some of them non-answers? Drove me crazy. That's when I did that thing where she's wearing those knee-high patent leather boots. That's when I kicked her in the foot and I go, what's with the boots, Palin? And she looks at me and she says, I know, I like them too. She is totally working it. But you got to give her credit for pulling it off. You know, again, I think fundamentally opposed to the values that I hold dear, but I don't have a say in that matter. But I appreciate anybody who can pull that off. Yes, ma'am?